gang, a bit of a different setup today. This is gonna annoy me. I'm in the bus today. I'm just editing the big day in Spain. I gave you a bit of a warning that there wasn't much that I kind of filmed, but I think I can pull something together that gives you a brief look at the day. So excuse the bags under the eyes for a start, and I hope you enjoyed the arrival into Spain. I kind of really enjoyed that vlog. It was one of my favourites. Meeting the mayor. Who's the mayor? Who's the mayor? That's the mayor. That's the mayor. Bruh. I really quickly just want to say thank you to everybody that is coming back and watching these vlogs. It means a lot, so thank you. I also just want to acknowledge, like, we are week 3 into this tour. Oh man. I don't want to get deep again. Yeah, it's getting tough, I can't lie. Like, the conversations are getting like deeper and the groups are kind of getting bigger on each location. So like, whereas Scotland was like, yeah, this is really copable. We've smashed a song, we're smashing the vlogs. We've got probably double the amount of people here in Spain, and it is just like really super hard to keep up. I think overall that's just like the realism of what's going on here, and it's making me really excited for my project next year. Because when I start that, which I think is going to be like the 1st of March, it's being announced on the 1st of January, so I'll have everything like clued up by then. I've really enjoyed doing my B-roll. I can't wait to show you the B-roll I've got in this clip. It's fire! Anyway, on with the vlog. We started our day off yesterday with Dave and Virginia giving us a really nice talk. It was in this really cool kind of outside shelter auditorium kind of place. Virginia truly welcomed us to her village, so it was really nice to hear her speak and hear about her background and how she got to doing what she does now by inviting people to a village. And actually I think the most interesting thing that she talked about was how and where she gained the confidence to move back to such a small town that most people would feel is very disconnected from the rest of the world. So we finished the chat and headed back into Frescano. Now Frescano is the village in Spain that we stayed at. I really love this village. It literally has 80 to 90 people, they said. I don't know the exact figure, but I seem to remember like 80 people living in this village. Tiny, super beautiful, beautiful little chapel. And actually that's where we headed to next. We had a break and had some lunch, and we had Andy Smitherman, our author. I called him like our bookman in the last couple of vlogs, and I don't know, it made me laugh every time I watched it back. But he's an author who's written this incredible book called Paradox, bear with. This incredible book called Paradox. It even comes with a cute little note, look, that goes inside the sleeve. Andy, you have lovely handwriting, my man. So he gave us this beautiful reading in the chapel. I was actually really scared about this because it sounds so beautiful in there, but to capture it audio, absolute nightmare. I think we got like the beginning bit maybe, so I might have to start the film in there, and then the audio just went a bit rubbish, unfortunately. After this, we scurried on back into the village. The family that have hosted us, Virginia and her family, they run a broccoli farm, and I believe they make wine as well, although we didn't get to see any of the wine. I don't think we did, unless I just completely missed out on that. But we went to the broccoli farm, had a lovely walk down there. This was like sunset, it was like golden hour. It was so beautiful filming at this time, and the only way to show you in true vlog form. Man, I feel like this whole tour has just been B-roll. Well, here it is.
Speak with clarity, 'cause there's too much noise around us. Or maybe it's just me. You come around and save me.
Super happy with that. I get so excited when I do B-roll. I don't know why I find it so exciting. After this we went back, we had dinner, and we ate some of the broccoli. It was so delicious. Actually my favourite part of it was eating it raw. You could eat the stem. They were like cutting it out, and it was like sweet. Not sweet in like a fruit way, but sweet in like a vegetable way. That makes absolutely no sense. Hopefully one day you get to try some broccoli straight out of the ground from the stem. I recommend. Really cool actually going out as a massive group of like 30 people, quite literally foraging, foraging huge broccoli. Some of the pictures we got, I'll show you this one of Marley now. This stuff was huge. One highlight of the whole trip was how amazing the food was. I don't think I took a photo or a video of any part of the food. I should have done, man. Something I will take from this tour through my life is this conversation I had with this fella from Syria, and this guy just gets me. This guy just like, he really gets me. I spoke to him at quite a vulnerable time myself when I was feeling quite emotional. I'd had a really deep conversation with blooming Smitherman, Bookman. Had a really deep conversation with Smithers, and I just stepped outside. I just needed like 5 minutes to process it all. It was like, it was pure love through the conversation that we'd had, and then I went outside to catch a breath for myself, and this chap from Syria was sat there. I don't want to name his name because people on the tour will know who he is, but I don't know, out of respect, I don't want to just kind of call him out who he is. But I sat with him and spoke and heard his whole story and how much he'd lost. Like, you know, we switch on the news over here and you just almost see people as characters in a movie. You don't really see them as being real people. Like, you just don't. You just see people on TV and you don't really connect to those people. And these there were 2 people from Syria on the tour, and I've never met people from Syria. I can't lie. Like, I've never had the opportunity to. So I sat and spoke to him, and we must have only been speaking for 5 minutes, but man, it felt like we were like best buddies for a lifetime that had come back together. I think the thing I took away from that most, and what really resonated with me, was that we both had very different backgrounds. We both had very different life experiences. I mean, this weekend, he admitted, was the first time that he, since leaving Syria in 2014, the first time he'd connected with people in a community kind of sense after effectively losing his whole community. So that was super special to hear. But I sat with this guy, and yeah, from different backgrounds, different life experiences, different upbringings, still found ourselves in exactly the same spot, and the way that we looked at life and the way we wanted the world to move forwards. And I think that moment is a universal exploding note theory, as Tim Steer would put it. Just one of those moments that makes you go poof, and you just kind of don't expect your world to collide with somebody so different, but so similar. It's one of those moments that I think would have been, for the film, the absolute best bit of footage I could have caught. But the very special thing about this tour as well is that not everything is there to be caught. A lot of it, you know, it's a moment that myself and him will share forever, just us. And I take a lot of comfort in that, actually, being in the moment when we've got cameras and phones all the time, and you know, my life is so heavily around creating and recording and logging stuff that happens. I never felt more connected, but also most productive in moments like this. So he inspired me to write a song, and I hope one day you get to hear that song. Super special. So that was the evening. That got deep. Sadly, the next day it was time to go. We hit the road in the rain, and the first thing we saw was, well, check this out. Just seen one of Elon Musk's new lorries.
Ja.
They've got no friction, they like to hover, so that they don't have any, it's like better for the environment. Like, use less tyres and stuff. Pretty cool.
Whoa.
They look completely normal, but I mean, they hover, so it's pretty cool.
That's amazing.
Only in France, I think.
Only in France.
Yeah, I think so.
Hovering lorries.
That's the only time I've ever seen it anyway. And then when you have like quite a few hours on the road, it gets a bit weird. Hey! So we headed through France, back towards the UK. Spent a night in, I can't remember what it was called. It was near Le Mans. So headed through all these beautiful towns, back to the Eurotunnel, and it was at the traffic lights going onto the trains that we actually met up with Dave and Chris again. That might actually be them. It is. Yeah, mama. See you later, mate. See ya. And we were literally like messaging each other all the way, like who's gonna race, like who's gonna win the race, red car, blue car kind of thing. And very last minute, the bus won. So anyway, that's my notes all done on exactly what happened on the Spain day. Kind of gives you an update. I didn't want you guys to miss out on entirely what happened. I hope you enjoyed this. Thanks for watching. Remember to subscribe, remember to hit the little bell notification. Until next time, look after each other, stay safe, and remember, never stop creating. I don't know what that was. See ya.